Hey, welcome. I'm just gonna wait for a minute or so and we'll start. How's the sound, by the way? What's up, my man? Welcome. What's up? What's up? Selam Necdet. How are you guys doing? It's a weird market conditions, really. That's why I wanted to do the stream. Yeah, I think we can slowly start, huh? Check Discord for a sec. Okay, let me check. Just a sec. Just a sec. Sure, man, you can. Yeah, no problem. It's a public stream anyways, it's not a private stream. Okay, I'll just go with it. So, I just start fresh, open the new. I don't need these volume bars. Fresh start for everything, right? Alright, let's start with BTC because I think everything starts from there, so we need to have a context in hand. Yeah, that's a good question, but I don't know if we're gonna have time, but I'll get to that, okay? Let's do BTC, then the market first, and then I'll get to your question, Rico. Let's finish what's at hand, and then so let's start with BTC. Look, guys, first of all, let's set the context right, okay? We had a strong bounce of the 20k, right here, which was the 2017 all-time high, basically, and you can see right there that it played a pivotal role here, right? Nice bounce here, resistance here, deviation there, resistance here, kind of resistance there. So yeah, you get the point. We took out this low, bounced off of here, and then pushed higher. And everyone was calling for this SFP, right? Yeah, it looks like an SFP, it doesn't look good, but SFP needs to follow through, right? You cannot just call this SFP just because it did this. on the lower time frames, it needs to break some structures or something. You know, you need some extra, something extra to call this an SFP. It's just doing this is just not an SFP by itself. What happens after determines that if it's an SFP or not. SFP is swing failure pattern for explanation. Okay, so let's draw some levels there. Let's make these a little bit. So we have this up capping the upside, right? But actually we had this range, right? We've been inside this range. Oops, let me just change this. Range light. Yeah, here we go. So this was our range, right? But really, in reality, this high is the important one, right? Because this is the one that is pivotal. Look at this now. This is the initial high that was made, and try to SFP the level, basically, kind of sold off, but didn't really quite follow through, right? And then we came there, deviated above. Right here, as you can see, there is an interaction there. There's an interaction here. There is an interaction there. There, and now we're trading above it. So I think this high is the key for now. Okay, as long as it stays above, I think it should be good. Everyone agree with me? So basically what we're doing right now is we're trading in between these two levels. That's it. That's all it does. 35% up, and now trading it right here. So wherever it breaks, it will determine the direction. Okay, let's go into lower time frames. After this low is taken, right there, it was yesterday's low. No, it was, I think, Tuesday's low. Yeah. And, I mean, with these guys also, you know. So basically, downside targets, downside stops are done. What we have here is this region, right there. So if you want to really go into detail, here we have this candle there. So we're basically kept in between here. Let's go further. So basically what we're looking for is, once this is taken, this is a simple range play, right? It closes above. In here, when it reclaimed that blue level, which was the weekly level, right? Not weekly level, that our key pivot level. Once it's reclaimed, we took this long with the group, and our invalidation was here. Now it's somewhere else. I cannot share it in public stream. I don't want to get stop hunted. And now we're looking for higher. The thing is, unless this is broken, or you know, you can also consider this range now, so this area, until we start doing some shit like this, I'm not thinking about lower targets. But if we do, the target, first target would be there, obviously. Okay, 22,400. And if you haven't got into this position, then if it does something like that and holds, you know, you can just take that trade towards there. So it's super simple. This is a chop area. This is how you want to, if you need to play this, then it's pretty obvious, right? It's just a range play. You want to be buying here, selling there, until you cannot. You know, you can do ping pong like this, buy every time it comes here, sell every time it comes there, and then until you cannot. So simple stuff. And that level is also this high time frame level. So once it's reclaimed, it reclaims and holds, then it opens the gates for this area. I mean, everyone is looking for this area, by the way. Everyone is gonna, I'm pretty sure everyone is gonna try to short this. But I think, I mean, I'm not super confident about this. If it does that, I'm not super confident in shorting this, because everyone and their mother is ready here. They're probably already setting up orders there. But I'm not that comfortable, because I think on the weekly perspective, if it starts running from here, there's a good chance that it would try these areas. Because in the weekly, see, there is not much here, but the big level is there. I mean, obviously, okay, this was a prior resistance level, I agree. Support level, which was pretty strong support, but you know, this guy, when it rallies, it just rips through support resistance. Okay, let's add some. All right, you can do. Oh, horrible. Yeah, who says that this needs to be purple on default? And who needs MA on this? All right, I mean, let's get rid of this guy. No, it actually needs to stay here. I mean, this RSI looks amazing. Look, when this RSI was last time at 50 right there, it pulled this move. So weekly RSI being like this is like an amazing sign that it would go right there. I mean, obviously, our first, this is gonna be the first trouble area, I agree that, but I think it's not gonna give it. Come on, man. I think it's not gonna give. I think it's gonna rip through that and hit that area. Or with the look of this. Alright, agreed. This is what I think. I'll monitor the price there. Of course, if it gives short opportunity, why not? We're gonna short it there, but for now, my initial thoughts are that this level is gonna be ripped apart. And because everyone wants to short there, I think that's why it's not going to work, because then it's going to trigger some liquidation cascade, and it's going to even push the price further up. So those shorts waiting here are going to be the fuel for this rally right there, maybe. Yeah, like 36, 37 area looks good. All right. Any questions so far? I think it's pretty clear, huh, what we need to do. Let's find other. Look, this level is also weekly resistance level. That's why it was so pivotal. See, that's why it's amazingly helpful to start your top down from higher time frames. So this is actually a high time frame level. What does it mean? Look, whenever the price came there, cannot close the weekly above the level. Failed 1, 2, 3 times here, just rejected once it touched that, and then 2 more attempts. Now we're trying to break it. See how important that level is now, and why I put so much. So this is the most important one for me at this point. And now if this weekly closes above, you know, at least somewhere here, like a little bit further from these guys, then that would be a great close. And then we can look for these targets and above. And this shit, this weekly, and then, but by the way, if that happens like that, then we would have a great area for a pullback, which is this. I don't think it's gonna come there, but if it does, then we would be ready. And let's see how, yeah, exactly to that level, you see. To this level exactly. I mean, we can break this down further, but I think there is no need to clutter your charts. I think only the most important levels is fine, because we're not trading here, we're not trading there, we're just trading here. What we need is to know that we are here. If we break it, we can go there. If we break this down, the first target would be there. Obviously, when we're talking about this, always remember that we're range bound, and this can also, if it fails here again, yes, it may bounce here, but never forget that this is range bound, and if it fails, it can easily do that. Okay, because it's still within the boundaries of the range. That's why, that's the same exact reason that when it reclaimed the range, it pushed all the way up, not giving a fuck about what's going on here, what's going on there, you know, it just ripped apart. Because that's range bound environment attributes. If it's a trending attribute, you know, if it's a trending market like this, then you would expect something like this, and if it breaks, then you would expect everything on the way to be broken, right? But in here it's between here and there. Once it reclaims, it pushes all the way up. Once fails, pushes all the way back down. The reason it bounced here is the 25% of the range plus it's 20k, round number, always strong. That's why 30k would be a problem also. Also, it was the 2017 all-time high, crossing right across somewhere here. All right. So above this, we're good. Below here, look for pullbacks around this level. There's some kind of breaker here also, which supports the idea. But never forget, if it starts breaking down further, you know, like another rejection here, then it may take us there. So always keep your eye on the price. Because market is going to tell you what it wants to do. If it wants to break down, it needs to break down from here. So there is nothing going on right here at this moment. But since it's squeezing, it's going to soon blow up to some direction. So that's what we're waiting for, and you have super clean parameters for that. There is the upside target boundary, there is downside boundary. Whichever it breaks to, then if this happens, I wouldn't short BTC, but I would short some of the weaker alts, and we're gonna go over them right now. For example, what I tweeted just now, like before the stream, I said there's so much divergence, but some shit looks like looks godly. For example, this guy here. Yeah, it's also has the narrative, but well, this is a good looking chart. That's a good looking chart. It just bounced off here, and now it looks ready to rip, right? I mean, it's looking so ready. Of course, you know, if BTC takes a dump, this is not gonna survive, obviously. But then again, you know when to get out, because if that's the entry, you don't want to see this, right? I see people, you know, taking this trade and hold it all the way down. But why didn't you get out? Why didn't you get out? Because that was the idea, right? This was the resistance level that was flipped and now flipped into support, right? So that was the reason for entry. If this starts breaking down again, why are you holding this trade anymore? Your idea is not there. Just get the fuck out, look for another trade. You just need to be aware of the lower time frame, which is there's a resistance right here. Now it's kind of failing that resistance area. If it flips, then long your longs. If you miss this move, then you can always get on board. You know, if it does something like this, for example, and then reclaims, then get on board, target, maybe target. What else? BNB was super strong. As I said, I would either wait for a pullback or a reclaim. there's not a guarantee that you're gonna get the pullback. Sometimes you just don't get the pullback, but you get the reclaim. So for example, in this situation, for example, like there's a clear resistance right there, right? So either wait for this pullback, but this pullback isn't really, you know, wouldn't really help you much because it didn't pull back towards there. If it did, then that would be a good pullback, which would give you the RR because this is still resistance. But longing here, where is your stop? What's your target? Should be first target here, so it's not worth. But once it breaks, then, you know, around here or at the break, you enter, then you have much better RR. You always look, you want asymmetric results, right? You don't want just, because the thing is, look, if you enter the trade, let's say here, where is the resistance? There. Where is this? Where's your stop? The ideal stop should be somewhere there at least, you know, or even here. What kind of trade is this? You're risking more money than you're hoping to gain. That's not asymmetric. That's a reverse asymmetric. But if you do this, or for example, enter here on the reclaim of these levels, right, and use this as a stop, then you're basically, this is a almost 4-hour trade, which means you're risking X to make 4X, which is a not bad investment, right? You're risking your whatever dollars to make 4 times that. It's good investment. But the other one is not. So that's why always keep in mind I'm not saying that, you know, don't take, if you're sure that, you know, you have some kind of confidence that the trade will play, it's okay to, you know, take one-to-one sometimes. Because it's really, for example, if you took this trade and your stop is here, it doesn't mean that you have to wait all the way to there. You just use the hard stop. But if you see that it starts breaking down, you know, and hold below, it's not just a wick and reclaim again. This is a different story. But if it starts trading, and this is called acceptance, it spends time inside below here. So that means that, okay, you can get out. So basically, your risk is there, where you get out. So I was talking about this guy. Let's finish this. Yeah, BNB was great actually, because you still see this guy is still range bound. Nothing changed. That's the range capping the upside. That's the range capping the downside. Multiple occasions it proved itself. Mid-range proved itself on multiple occasions. It just, and now once it reclaimed it back long, you know, there is like equal highs here, some highs, they're not equal highs, but some highs here. And now probably target there at least, because it's basically ping-ponging in between here, right? And maybe if it fails again, then maybe you take it there. So in these kind of environments, this is just a range bound. You gotta play the range, and that's it. People get so excited over here and talk about these targets, whatever targets there are, and at this point people try to short it towards like whatever the target there is, which is the worst thing you can do. Why the fuck you want to short this? It's already at support. If it loses it, be my guest. If it loses, if it starts trading below here, and then short it to whatever. But unless it it's same thing. Same thing with BTC. People, for some reason, get excited about longing here and shorting there, which is, that's the worst thing you can do. Worst thing you can do. That's how you get trapped. That's how you become liquidity. That's a resistance area, and that's a support area. In here also, see, this is the range, and still respected, right? So it's still, unless it breaks, holds above, consolidate above here or something, some form, triangle, rectangle, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then you look for higher targets. Unless that happens, it's still a range bound market. You just play it from one side to the other side. Make sense? Don't be that fool. Don't be that fool that wants to that wants to short here and long here. You want to buy something that is when it's cheap and sell something when it's expensive. And that's exactly what it means. This is expensive for now. This is cheap. That's why there are buyers here. That's why there are sellers here. And there is no displacement yet. It tried here, but then it failed the auction and got back inside here. That's it. That's your signal to short. It's a little bit further as a stop. And then take it to mid range and then range lows. And once it reclaims this level, that's your long to the other side of the range. That's it. You want to look for longs here, look for shorts here. And if it breaks down while you were doing this, then you close your long and flip short. That's it. And when this guy, if this guy, I'm not saying when, but because there's no guarantee that it's gonna go down, but if this guy goes down, I mean, this is probably where it's gonna go. Because there's nothing here to hold. Maybe this little cluster here, but I don't know how important that will be. Obviously, it's gonna show some, probably if it does that, it's gonna show some response over there, and maybe something like that, and then that. But yeah, BNB needs to hold on to this area with everything it has. 200 is the limit. So CZ must hold on to this with everything he has. So okay, do you have any coins you want me to look at? Okay, let me just check the questions. For example, I was gonna check something for BNB, just a sec. I was gonna check the higher time frame picture. Look, higher time frame picture looks alright. I mean, this looks great, really. I mean, unless something interesting happens, like we dump hard or something like that. this is a, I mean, obviously still under resistance, but if it reclaims, then I see no reason why it shouldn't go there. This works on every time frame. Everything you see works on every time frame. I mean, I'm assuming that you're talking about ranges. As you see here, there's a range. Of course, this happens much faster. There, deviation, got back inside the range, range low, deviate back to the range low, got back inside to the range high. Now it kind of trying to reclaim this range, break away from this range. I don't like this. I like this better. Further, whatever consolidation happens further away from the range, because if it breaks out and comes back immediately down, then there's a good chance that it's gonna break inside again. So you don't want this. When it happens, you want it to do something like that. Just move away. There's another range there. It's all about ranges. That's why I trade ranges most of the time. Another range, break down and get inside the range again, break out from the range. Yeah, let's check some coins. So I think this is understood. I'm gonna talk about ranges all day. Let's see, CFX. Okay, let's check. I checked this guy, it was looking very good. Let's see. Does the perpetual have enough data for us? Let's check the higher time frame first. I think something else would have more data, like spot maybe. Yeah, much more data, obviously. All right. Well, I think first of all, there is a nice target there. And I think that's the range lows. So let's use the trading view tools for this. Let me just find something here, there. Let's see if it's gonna see. Even this is a range. Low, took out the low. Mid-range also working well. The thing is, another thing here is, let me just get rid of this. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, still range bound. Mid-range is working well, right? So I would say it will eventually go there. I don't know what it does after. Maybe it's gonna do this and sell off further, or it's gonna reclaim that and push higher. That side I don't know, but that would be a good target. Maybe if everything pulls back, it can pull back to this level, start up small position there, then add when it reclaims, compound on the way, take some off there, maybe 50 or more, leave it up and see what it happens, what it does after here. And if it starts breaking back down, just close the whole position. That's how I would play this, basically. But if it pulls back, this area would be, okay, this would be the deeper pullback area, or it just comes back down here, clears these guys out, reclaim. You can also long there, you know, it doesn't have to come down here. This is a deep pullback scenario. If it pulls back further, then you can look for this deep pullback, but I think after taking these guys out, if it reclaims, I think that's a valid long to there. All right, render, my favorite coin, my favorite of all time. Yeah, this was looking good actually, but I'm not comfortable below here. Yeah, it needs to clear itself out from this, you know, super simple. You don't need so many levels on your charts. You need just one level. One level is enough. Because, I mean, obviously, if you're trading higher time frames, in lower time frames you may need, but just try to draw the most important one. This is for me the most important right now. If it breaks up, you know, if it breaks this, hold above, then you can take it to like whatever target here. Probably, you know, this set, for example, would be a good target first to begin with. This can be a good target right there. You know, so I can see something like this happening, like take this out and then, but needs to break this first. Until it breaks, there's nothing. So basically that's your, yeah, that's a little bit further you can take it to cover these. Yeah, of course, that's it. That's a good zone. If it breaks, then it's good to go. But I think it may want to, you know, if everything pulls back, it may want to do something like that, clear all these guys out, maybe into here, and then bounce. Or just die from here, of course. If the market dies, everything dies. But just, you know, at least you know your limits, right? This is your limit on the downside, and that's your limit on the upside. If it reclaims, holds something bullish here, and then you take it to whatever target there. But you're not interested in this, whatever happens above here, unless it reclaims. It does this. That's very important. So I think this is clear. Riff, let's check riff. Yeah, this guy is what is this? It's like, look, this guy looks good. I mean, the thing is, it's a weird one, because if you look at the structure, like the 4-hour structure, that's a low, that's a high, that's a low, and this can be a lower high, and it just divert here. So basically what you need to see is this guy holding above here. You want to see this hold above here. I think that's the main. This also looks like Quasimodo pattern, like this. Yeah. On a range perspective, I I mean, obviously this is your first area to hold, but if it fails and comes down here at the range lows, that's the breakout point, and reclaims here, then you can look for longs again towards there. That's actually a very clean chart. That's, I mean, this is like a very good range play. Super clean. I only fucked up here once because of this double sweep. Normally after this deviation it usually goes down, but if you short it here, for example, then it takes you out there. Obviously if you're stupid enough, because once you see it going above the range again, you should cut the position already. You shouldn't wait for this to happen. This is for hard stop. You know, if something happens and like you're sleeping, you're off screen or something like that, you know, you're away from keyboard, that's a hard stop. But the idea was to get back inside the range, you short, and then when it starts doing that, you should get out, because that your idea is not valid anymore. And then you can try again like this, retest here, short, always first targeted mid-range, and then see how it goes, and then second. That's it. Target 1, target 2, right into this cluster here, and then when it reclaims here, then that's your long. Invalidation is a bit further here, but you can find something in the lower time frame. I'm not gonna just go with positions here, but I mean, this is the range that you're playing with. I think it even, you know, as I said, first area of response here. So basically what you're looking for is, if it does this and reclaims that, that's a long. Or if it breaks down into this, you can start a position, small one, and if it reclaims that, you know, bounce and add more here, even add more here maybe, and towards there. That's it. ETH BTC, yeah, no one asks that, so let's check. ETH BTC, no one asks this. Now let's go. Yeah, fuck. ETH is dead. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, again, some range plays here. All right. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So I mean, BTC is the, for now, by looking at this, BTC looks like the better play if you're gonna play for longs. Actually, you know what? I would be looking to this area, looking for this area. Okay, let's now I can see better. Like if this happens, like takes out these into there and reclaims, then ETH would be the better play. There you long ETH instead of BTC, and alts would flourish also. But as long as it's going down, I would always keep an eye on BTC positions. Like I would bet more on BTC and less on alts. Yeah, I think this is a good one. It doesn't need to necessarily touch here, but you know, you understand, you get the drill. Like clear these guys out, reclaim this level, and then take it from there. Because we have also clear targets above. So once once something like this happens, then you have very clean targets, very clean objectives above. No, I would risk more on BTC, less on alts. If this is like that, this is the time you want to pay attention to BTC rather than alts. I mean, if you check it, if you look at it, oops, I think this is the wrong one. This is market cap, I'm sorry. We don't need that one. Yeah, this is better. We're gonna delete this guy. Just a sec. It's off the charts, so you cannot see it. I need to do it manually because the percentages are too far away, so it doesn't really. So just let's delete this one and get this one a new pane. Yeah, better. See, for example, at this point, it was BTC was super weak. What else? Yeah, alts are more like ETH. When BTC starts running, then all attention goes to BTC usually. Of course, look, there is gonna be outliers like new coins, but most attention would be on BTC. For example, SNX here. Like this guy. GMX is looking good. It was looking good. Let me see. I mean, look, this is the area for GMX. That's it. This is the area. If it flips this, then I don't know. Like this is gonna be your minimum target. If this flips, that's all you need. Oh. And then you know, after this is done, you can look for higher targets. Yeah, I know. This is SNX. I was talking about strong coins, for example, like this guy. If it breaks, then this is gonna be minimum target, which would give you 30% easy. Let's check GMX. Yeah, this guy looks good also. I mean, this is a phenomenal look. bounced off here, cleared the lows. Like, very good chart. Do we have more data for this on somewhere else, like KuCoin maybe? Yeah, looking very good. And just needs a daily close above here. Oh, sorry, I need to drink something. If this daily closes above here, then I think it's gonna push harder, at least like towards hundreds, towards this area. Yeah, 100 is a good target. Obviously not 100, a little bit below, but I think this is the level that you need to be looking at. And it should keep itself inside here. So in between here, again, if it closes above and stays above, you know, on the lower time frame, then you have a good target for 100. What else we have? Thoughts on AVAX? Let's check AVAX. I love this clean chart thing. I mean, my charts are all fucked up like that. Actually, I may have an AVAX chart here. Let's check this one. AVAX, probably this chart. Yeah, I mean, in a range perspective, this is where you want to buy, but I would much rather buy above here. Yeah, I'd much rather buy above here. Like, if it does that, then I would buy. Of course, it doesn't mean that you cannot buy anything here, but that would be a more probable play for me. If you haven't bought already here at this point, because that, you know, it's just range low retest, deviation after retest, and if you haven't bought here, then I would wait for this. Let's check lower time frames. Maybe we can find something there. Yeah, the lower time frame also is fucked up. Like 4 hour is not necessarily looking good. I don't know, maybe drop down here again. Like come down there and then do something like that. I don't know. Then again, first target there. If it reclaims, then whatever targets. for me, I mean, I really wouldn't want to touch this. If I haven't already bought it there, I wouldn't be a buyer right here. At least on the lower time frame, you need it to be above here. At least, you know, does something like that. If it reclaims this, then you can start again buying. First TP would be there. If it flips, then add back what you took off and take it there, you know, probably here first. And then there, and then higher, of course, because it's a range bound. I wouldn't be so aggressive if it does these things. I wouldn't be so aggressive on profits, because if it's a range bound environment, then you're looking for the range highs basically. So you shouldn't be so horny about taking profits. Because your original idea is to take it there, right? Let me see something. I don't know, I may use it like this. The range, not this one, but that one. The initial high, and that's a deviation. Yeah, let's keep it here for now. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this looks weak. I mean, I wouldn't see. The thing is, when I'm looking at these charts, I see this. Well, it doesn't appeal to me. But for example, if I see something like, I don't know, this, it's more appealing for me. Like if I see something like that, this is more appealing to me. Why? Because it just broke out from the consolidation, bounced off it. This is not looking too attractive, by the way. But still, you know, this is more attractive looking chart than AVAX. Or if I saw AVAX at this level, here for example, that would also be attractive. You know, at these levels. But AVAX looking like how it looks, I don't care about the location. I don't care about how cheap it is. I care about how it looks. Has it reclaimed anything? Has it broken anything to the upside? Does it look ready? AVAX doesn't look ready. At least for now, you know, everything can change with one candle. So, but if I have to do something right now, I wouldn't do anything with AVAX. I hope it makes sense. I mean, just. For example, this guy, Ape. I mean, it has a chance, you know, it reclaimed some level at least. Daily not looking so attractive. But then again, it's much better than AVAX for me. At at least, you know, not long term, but at least, you know, I want to take it there and, you know, hopefully there, because I see the objectives there, I see the reclaim of the level, so why not take a shot there, invalidation below, you know, here, and then try these, because that's a more like, it's gonna come back to me almost instantly, not like on AVAX side it may come back to me or not, you know, it will go my direction or not in the next months. I don't care for that. I care for what I can do right now. That's for my investment purposes, that not my trading portfolio. I wouldn't trade AVAX, but maybe if I believe in the fundamentals and the future, and then I would invest some, yes, here at these levels for AVAX, because it's cheap, relatively cheap. But I would much rather try along there, because it may resolve fast and it would take me there and there within the next couple of days. So that's why even ape looking like shit, much better. Yeah, this guy doesn't look good either, but at least I have a lower time frame signal here. Yeah, it needs to flip this area basically. If I want to swing this, it needs to not even this area. Just a sec. Let me try something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would only play that lower time frame for this. Unless it breaks free from this area. This area needs to flip. If it flips, then I would take it to higher targets. But I would play it towards there for now. That's it. So don't buy shit just because it's cheap. Buy it because it looks good, you know, it looks ready. For example, here. See this one? Initial low, deviation, reclaim. That's where you want to buy it. Then you immediately be in profit. That's what I like. I don't care for this. I don't care for catching the absolute bottom or something, you know. I just need the chart to tell me that I need to get in. I can get in and I will be immediately in profit. I'm not gonna, I get in and I go all the way up, all happy, this is gonna moon, and then watch it come all the way back down and probably sell it for loss, and then just to watch it go again. So see, it just doesn't make sense really. That's why, I mean, you need to, for example, in here, as I said, this is important right now. If it flips this, I don't care about buying here. I care about buying above here, so I can take it towards there. That's all I care about. This is a better entry for me than this. I mean, obviously, if you have a reason to get in right here, it's also good. You can do that. If you say, okay, it's just testing this prior consolidation zone, I would give a punt, you know, I would try it and take some profits there, and then add more to profits there, or open a bigger position here. That's also fine. But in this purpose, I'm just trying, you know, trying to make you understand that price being low doesn't mean that it's a better trade. This is a better trade because it's more clear, at least for me. This is how I look at things. Yeah, that's the thing. Everything is under resistance right now. So that's why I'm a bit skeptical about all this. Look, under resistance here. RSR. This truly doesn't look good, really. Matic. But on the other hand, some shit looking good. So it's normally it's not normal thing. Yeah, see, for example, this has a resistance level here and a support level right there. So it's stuck here. So either it's gonna do this for some time, or it's gonna break above or break down. That's it. But for now, I would have shorted this if I saw that. Currently, I only have this short right here. It's yeah, this one. So that's why you need to kinda, and this was my protection, because some things I want to long, but the problem is everything is all over the place. I don't want to miss the longs, but I also don't want to be caught on the wrong side. So I find one that looks weak, so that's why I took the short, and I kept longing. So I'm long BTC, short ILV, basically. Because if BTC starts ripping, it's the worst thing can happen, because not worst thing actually. This ILV is gonna rip harder, right? If BTC drops 2%, this guy drops 10%. So if BTC drops, it's better for me, basically. Even though I have a long on BTC and short on this, but this guy is gonna do. It's gonna be high beta play, okay? This is gonna print more onto the downside than BTC would print to the upside. VET, haven't checked that for a while. VET. Check. Do we have a clean chart? Yeah, looking same. You see, basically under this level here, finding resistance, probably gonna go attack these and bounce from here, hopefully. So something like that, you know, you can time it with that also, something like that. Break down, attack these, like reclaim, and then take it all the way back. And if it's the low against that, then you can maybe look for higher. But as of now, this doesn't look like it's gonna go higher. Pretty simple, actually. It's just, if it reclaims here and holds, then you can look for longs towards there, towards where, you know. That's not right. That would be better. But this point 2284, like around this range, around this zone. It needs to just break and hold. But you see, probably on the lower time frame, you're gonna see some confirmation. Yeah, it's also breaking down. See, when you have clear targets to the downside like this, I mean, and you see this reversal thing, then you're probably gonna attack these and even maybe these. Something like that. Of course, it's better to take it step by step. This is your first support. You know, if it somehow breaks, stays inside, and then you can take it to there, and then if it breaks down, you can take it there. This is how you can gauge. And if it reclaims here again, you can try a long again towards there, and if it holds above, then you can take it to further levels. All right, anything else? So yeah, be careful. Just don't go crazy about with your longs or shorts. For example, this guy, look, I mean, we just checked wet, how it looked. And this guy is looking like much better. Yeah, does it? Does it look much better? Yeah, I mean, okay, it's still under resistance here. Yeah, still under resistance. The interesting thing about this one, it just cleared all this shit, so there is nothing left to the downside. So yeah, if it manages to flip here, I think this could be an interesting one. Or Atom, for example. Look, the Cosmos. I mean, this looks like, for example, it can pump there, you know, towards this range high. Yeah, I mean, on the daily look, this looks really, really good. And I mean, I hate trading this shit. I usually don't touch it with futures. I mean, it can easily push towards there. Of course, unless it starts breaking down like this. But for now, how it stands, you know, it looks like it has the potential to do that. That's why it's weird, you know, at this point. So I'm just taking it. I'm being cautious. But the ones I like is SNX. Musk was doing fine, I think. It's in my actives list for some reason. Yeah, Musk is looking good really. Musk is also looking good. Yeah, I like Musk. Yeah, it just needs to flip this, and I think it will like rip towards somewhere there. You know, at least the first target should be there, obviously, and then yeah, I like Musk, and it's right there. You know, it just needs to maybe consolidate a bit, and then if it reclaims, then I think game on towards there. If it starts breaking down, obviously it's not good. Game over, at least towards there. So it's better to, you know, there is no point guessing where it's gonna go. It just looks good now. It can look bad tomorrow. I see on CT, you know, people are saying to traders like, you were bullish yesterday, but yesterday was yesterday, because yesterday everything looked good, and then we have a nasty close like this. For example, if you ask me this day, I would be bullish on this, but then 3 days later when I see this close inside, then I cannot be bullish anymore, right? At least on the short term. Maybe you have a fundamental analysis that this is gonna be this price at in 3 months time, but I don't do that. I don't care where it's gonna go. It can go anywhere as long as I'm on the right side of it, right? That's all I care about. It's just as long as it moves, it makes these moves, and I'm on the right side, then I don't care about what price that is. And if you want to be a trader, then you should be bullish here and you should be bearish here. There is no shame in that. You're not deciding what the market is gonna do. You're just trying to interpret the market movements. You cannot just add extra. I think it's gonna go there. You know, why do you think that? If there's a base to it, yeah, why not? But for example, for me, if this shit holds above here, then I would look for these, and these targets. That's it. That's all I care about. If I see that it's ripping, then I would move my order, for example, and look for higher, obviously. I'm not gonna just sit there and take profit because I set profits. If it's like really going, and if I see strength, then I would pull the orders and place them higher, obviously. But unless that happens, there is no point, you know, playing with those things. Yeah. See, even there it can go. That's why all you care about should be levels. Alright guys, if there's no more questions, no more coins, then let's call it a day and go back to trading before New York opens. No problems. Thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss these streams. Magic is pumping, by the way. And give a like. That would be much appreciated.